Heavenly Father, we thank you, we bless you. We glorify you, we celebrate you. You are the Almighty God, there's no one like you. We lift our voices and we say thank you. Thank you for your grace. Thank you for your love. Thank you for the multitude of your kindness. If it wasn't for you, we would not be here. Many of us say yesterday they woke up. Somebody are dead, somebody are at the hospital. But here we are, not because of our strength, but because of your mercy, because of your love. We have come here together so we can be able to learn to grow. I pray tonight, Holy Spirit, that you impart to the life of each one of us in the name of Jesus. I pray that you do the impossible. Reveal, Father God, what is hidden from generation. Reveal, Father God, things that we don't know. For you say, if you call upon me, I will respond. I will show you things that you don't know, things that are hidden, great things. So we thank you, we give you the glory, we give you the honor. In the name of Jesus we pray. Amen. Amen. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. How are you today?
Great.
Wonderful. You see great. It's important that you begin to check your vocabularies.
Amen.
Don't be talking from where you are. Be talking from where you are going. That's the way God works. God always works from where he's going rather than where he is. He said, let the poor say what?
I'm rich.
He said, let the poor. He said, you are poor, but don't say I am poor. He said, let the poor. He called their name. He said, you are poor, but say I'm rich. But he didn't say, just say that one time. What you said 15 years ago. He said, keep on saying it. It will come to be materialized. He said, let the weak say I'm strong. As you declare it from your spirit, it will be manifested. Yes. Why? Because the Bible said that he is God who calls things which are not there as they are there and they come to pass. That's right. He called them as if they are there, knowing that they are not there, and they come to be materialized. So, even if you're going through tests now, don't be saying, oh, my stomach pain, my headache, or my situation, my job will kill me. Don't be talking that way. That's for those people who don't have God. That's for those people who don't have hope. Without hope, you talk as a hopeless person.
That's right.
When you have hope, you don't talk according to your situation, you talk according to your hope.
That's right.
It's important. Because the spiritual war works differently. The spiritual war works differently. It doesn't work by what you see. It works by the faith of the existence. Everything you're looking for is already created. Every situation, every condition of you is already created. The only difference is because what you cannot see. You cannot see. So you're wondering how it's going to be. How tomorrow going to be. How am I going to live? You're wondering. But didn't Jesus say that to you? Didn't Jesus talk to you in Matthew chapter 6? He said, don't worry about what you're going to eat, what you're going to drink, what you're going to wear, the car you're going to drive, the house where you're going to live. He said, don't worry about all these things. For those things, only the Gentiles worry about those things. Now, Jesus said, and you say, whatever Jesus says is true. Why this can be true for you? He said, don't worry. Why are you worrying? Did he say that? So what are you doing? It's amazing that you see people believing things that Jesus said. They believe so much. But this one, they won't believe. And I say, what's wrong with you? The same guy said, but for them. You believe in the other one, you can't believe this one. It's true, right? You see, let me tell you, if you know God, really, it will be easy for you to trust him. If your primary focus is to know God, life will be easy for you. But our primary focus is to get what God has. We're looking for what he has, not for him. That's the reason it's difficult for us. When you know God as a giver, you won't worry. He will give. God doesn't give to you because you are faithful, you are holy, because you are nice. He doesn't. He gave because that's his nature to give. A giver doesn't give because you are good to him. A giver is a giver.
Right.
He will just give. You can insult him, he will give again tomorrow.
Amen.
You may not say thank you, he will give again. That's a giver.
That's it.
They are not stopped by your think or no think.
Right.
They are not stopped by that. That's their nature. God's nature is to give. When you understand him that much, you will stop trying to be perfect. Only him alone can make you perfect. It's true? Life can be simple. I'm telling you. You can live in Christ Jesus. There is a higher life. There is a life in Jesus that is above frustration. There's a life in Jesus that is above depression.
Yes.
There's a life in Jesus that is above stress. There's a life in Jesus that is above sickness, everything. And that life is called a victorious life. You can live it when you come to that level. I'm telling you, that's the truth. That's the truth. You can live that life if you can come to that level. So it's important that you understand that God did not just call us so we can be here struggling. People think that that's the will of God for us to struggle. I don't understand.
No.
People say, God is punishing you. God is bringing this so you can learn from him. You have children, right? Do you make their life to be harder?
I make it for them to be easy. If they choose another route.
You see what you said?
Mm-hmm.
You are not making their life to be harder. You're making it to be easy. But they are choosing that different. If you be a mother, you can be that good that you're making their life to be easier. How much God, who is more good than us, will not make our life to be harder? We are the one choosing other ways. Not following him, not listening to him, not seeing what he's doing. We're talking about hearing God. Hearing God. Hearing God. We're talking about learning the nature of God. Who God is. Who God is. Who God is. In order to know somebody, you need to know two things: the nature of the person and the character of the person. When you can come to know those things, those two things about somebody, you will know the person is. The nature and the character. It's important that you come to that. In order to know God, you have to know the nature and the character of God. God's nature is to speak. Look at the dog. What is one thing that is common to all dogs? Barking. That's right. It's in their nature to do so. It's not in their character, it's their nature of dog. So God doesn't speak because that's his character. he chooses to do. That's his nature to speak. So he speaks. That's in his nature to do. And he does it. Because if you don't understand these things, prayer will be difficult for you. Life will be difficult for you. What do you pray for? You pray normally to get answer from God. That's correct. Mm-hmm. Now, if you pray, you're not getting any answer, what happens? You get frustrated. You stop praying. Or you don't give time to it because it seems not to be working for you. The problem is not because God is not speaking. It's because you have never understood that he speaks. And you say, he doesn't speak to me. No, he speaks to everybody.
That's right.
So it is you who is not hearing him. There's a difference between he's not speaking to me or I am not hearing him. He is speaking, but you are not hearing him. Because you have not developed the ability to hear him. Your ability to hear him was not be developed. You hearing him? Now, if he's God who speaks, the question is how he speaks, how he communicates. If you are God and you speak, I have to learn the way that you speak. God speaks different way. Not just one way. Different way. And we saw that within 3 weeks now, we saw that. Are you here? Erica? Yes. So, you have to know God's nature. His nature. His character. Character. Okay. His nature is to speak. His nature is to do. To do. That's his nature. God will always do things. Because what? He has a purpose. Any person with purpose will always be doing something. When you have purpose in life, you always be doing something for your purpose to be fulfilled. Because he has a purpose that is divided through the time, he will keep on doing things until he finishes his purpose. Because he said, when the end will come, the end has not come, so he cannot cease doing things. He's working on his program in order for that to come to the end. So he's doing it. And because he does, he speaks also. Are you okay with me? Okay. Now, what are the ways that God speaks? We talked about it a couple times already. We want to remind you.
His word.
His word.
Food.
Okay. He speaks through his word. Word of God. Moon. What else?
Signs.
Signs. Voice. And what else? What else? Dreams. What else? Miracles. He speaks to miracles too? What he does? What he says? You know God is, you know, he didn't say that you don't know. Okay, he speaks through sound. 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 Now, my question is, how used are you to this? Are you used to this? Can you come out now and say, I heard the voice of God without doubt, without question? And God can say, it's true that she heard me or he heard me. Have you come to that assurance? Because these days, many people say, God said to me. Mm-hmm. And you look at it, God didn't say anything. Their own mind, their own understanding, the voice of the enemy. Many people saying it. You look at people, you look at their life, and they say, God spoke to me, God spoke to me. How can God be speaking to you and your life that way? God Almighty is speaking to you. You can hear him, but your life is that jacked up, and God doesn't say anything about your own life. You can hear God, but your life is falling apart like that. God doesn't say anything to you about it. He's talking to you just about it, other people. What type of God is that? What type of God is that? He's speaking to you about people. He doesn't care about your own life. Amen? Amen. Have you developed yourself? Have you come to train yourself? Have you come to develop your abilities to hear him through his voice, his word, his mood, his sign, dream, or this? Have you come to that level? Because you see yourself, he speaks through these ways. And he does. You don't like it, he does. How can you can hear him? How you can hear him? Why you can't hear him? Because he doesn't like you? Because he doesn't want to speak to you? Give me some reason why.
Why you could not hear God?
Yeah. Why you not hearing him?
You ain't listening.
You're not listening. Okay.
Sometimes we're distracted.
Okay. Okay.
If you're not feeding your spirit, if you're feeding your flesh instead of your spirit, and your spirit won't be, if you're feeding it with the word of God, then you can hear him more if you're feeding your spirit. But if you're feeding your flesh, of course you're not going to be able to hear him because you're not feeding your spirit.
Okay. That's correct. Yeah, go ahead.
And sometimes we can't hear because we're out of alignment.
Okay.
We're out of order. We're being disobedient.
Okay.
And some people don't know the voice of God.
Okay. Now, God is not speaking to you because you're obedient.
Disobedient. That's
God doesn't speak because you are obedient. Right. That's his nature to speak. He just speaks. He speaks. He doesn't stop speaking because of you. Because he was not speaking because of you anyway. That's his nature to speak, to communicate his intention to humanity. So he's not doing because of you. When God starts speaking, you and me were not there. When God starts speaking, you and me were not created yet.
Okay.
We were not created yet when he starts speaking. He starts speaking. In Genesis chapter 1, the Bible said that God created heaven and earth.
Right.
And darkness was on the face. And he said,
He was already speaking before.
he was speaking before we got here. So he was not speaking because of us. That's his nature to speak. So whether you are obedient or not, he will keep on speaking. You understand that? So if you are not hearing him, it's not because you are obedient or you are out of alignment. It's not because you are not trained to hear him. Because even if I'm a disobedient, I want to hear him. The only way I can have the strength to come out of the disobedience is hearing him. I need his help to come in alignment anyway. So he wants to stop speaking because if he stops, you have a problem.
Yes. That's it. That's good.
Are you following me? So I want you to understand who he is. Because if you don't understand these things, the enemy will be bringing these excuses. This reason why you are not hearing him, and you're going to believe that, okay, I'm not hearing because of this. No. But when you understand that he doesn't speak because of these things, even when this thing happening, you're still going to know that he's still speaking. He doesn't speak to you because, well, last time you didn't find. Or last time you went to do what he told you. No, that's not the reason he's still speaking. Whether you did it or you didn't do it, he is still speaking. That's his nature. To speak. Are we here? Now, I asked last week that what is the reason why God speaks? Why God, or why you need to hear God? I'm not talking about the voice of God. Why do you need to hear God? Why just you need to hear God in your life? Why? Instruction. Instruction about what?
Because he knows the plans that he has for my life.
Okay. So you need to hear him because of the plan that he has for you. Now, when you know that you need his instruction in order to fulfill your life, like you say, what's supposed to be your primary focus or priority in life? What's supposed to be? Hear God. So, if I'm distracted, what should I do? Oh, hey, I want to get to this table, and this thing is on my way, and I need to get that table because it's important for me to get to that table. And this thing is moving. You know what I do? I will trust away and get to this table because what? Getting to this table is important for me. But we don't throw that away. And we say, I'm distracted. What do you mean by you are distracted? The distraction has never been bigger than a person. We are the one that allows the distraction to stay. Yes. Whenever you refuse to confront, you can never be able to remove it. Right. There you go. You need to acknowledge what is happening in your life, the distraction, and call it by the name that it is, and remove it. For hearing God is the most important thing in your life. Amen? So, it shouldn't be anything that's supposed to stop me. I'm not saying that this will not come. But you have to work so hard to remove it that it doesn't stop you to get to what you need to get, because what hearing God is the most powerful blessing. Let me tell you. People say, oh, I have a new car, God bless me. I have a new job, God bless me. It's a lie. Getting a new car is not a blessing. Getting a new job is not a blessing. It's the manifestation of the blessing.
Wow.
Without, you see, when people say, oh, you are blessed, you have any shoes. That's not true. Take everything away from me. Leave me naked. I'm blessed. I'm blessed naked without house, without car. It's because I'm blessed that I can get a car, I can get a job. The car, the house, the clothes, everything, they are the manifestation of the blessing that is upon my life. They are not the blessing. I am the blessing. I have the blessing upon me. But now, the most powerful blessing is to be able to hear God. You can have the car and lose the car. You can have the job and lose the job. But if you can hear what God says about the car, about the job, you can keep it. Are you here? Yes. So, what is important? It's not about having that thing. It's not about getting that thing. It's about to hear what God says about that before even I can get there. Because if I can hear God before I get it, I can be able to keep it. And most of the time we run after them. And when we get them, they can't even keep it because we don't even know what God is saying about it. People run and say, oh, God want me to marry this woman, or God want me to marry this man. After 2 years, say, I'm not sure you heard God. This man is a devil. This man is this. You said in the beginning that God said. So what wrong now? Because you never heard God. You never heard God. You are hearing yourself. And you're happy. Honey, my boo, my bar, my this, you these things.
My babe.
My babe, my bobo, yeah, all those things. And then my babe now become a devil. And now you try to run away from it. And looking for God. Say, I don't know how I get here. You knew how you get there. You couldn't pray to hear God. I have people. You see, it's important. If there's anything you should seek for, is hearing God. He knows everything. He knows how everything works. He can talk to you about every single thing. That's what you're supposed to be looking for. That's what you're supposed to be looking for. I get here because I heard God. And I'm keep on growing because I'm hearing God. Because I learned these things. I can come here and tell you I hear God. And that's true. I pray with this man. Now Saturday we were praying about something. And then I said something that we were praying about. And we pray. And I say, hey, we have to pray about this again because this have not left. The Spirit told me this thing here. We have to pray about it. And we pray about it again. After that I say, it's done. And we're seeing the results. It's not complicated. You have to understand God. God is not a man. Men will do things to make your way difficult. So they can make you feel incapable of doing it. God doesn't do that. God doesn't complicate these things for us so we can solve. That's not his nature.
That's right.
He doesn't. Everything God does is simple. We are the one that make what is simple to be difficult or to be complicated so it can look like spiritual. Because we believe that if it's spiritual, it's supposed to be complicated. But I learned that the spiritual things are more easiest than the physical things. But because we have lived in a culture so perverted, so much, that when we come to spiritual, we want to transfer the same physical perversion into the spiritual. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Jesus said, what I did, you can do. If that's difficult, he won't say it. He said, even greater you will do than me. Do you believe that? How can that be that difficult? And that man can say that. He was not saying that for pastors, for prophets, what is it? He said, whosoever believe in me, whosoever. So it doesn't matter if you come from the bad neighborhood, if you come from single mother or single father, if your family are poor, if you come from Africa, it has nothing to do with that. He said, whosoever, whatever you're coming from, if you can believe in me, you can do it. Because it's simple.
Yes.
Very important. So, I talk about these things. Do you believe that God can speak to you through the word?
Yes.
And how many of you believe that God can speak to you through the word?
Yes.
You believe it? Okay. So why you don't read the word? So why you don't read the word? Tell me. You say God lazy. Okay. If you're lazy, you know what that means? You don't love yourself. Whosoever is lazy to hear God doesn't love himself. Because you say you need him to get the instruction for your life to be better. And you're lazy to hear him, so you're telling yourself, I don't love myself and I can become a failure. My life can be destroyed. I don't care. That's what you say. That's what you say simply. Because you know that I can hear God through this. And I need to hear him because I need instruction. But I won't do that anyway. So where you going? Where you going to end up? In destruction. You're going to end up being a failure. You're going to end up being frustrated, depressed, stressed out. And then when you get to that level, because we are who we are, we begin to blame the others, people. Mm-hmm. We begin to blame other people so we can feel good and not taking responsibility. Right. Nobody is responsible for your life. Mm-hmm. You are responsible for your life. Even God is not responsible for your life. For he gave you everything that you need in order for your life to be fulfilled. Right. He gave you his word so you can hear him. So you need to not doing it. People say, I don't know, God has a plan for me, but I'm not seeing that happen. What do you mean by you don't see that happen? Are you doing what you're supposed to do for that to happen? People don't pray. People pray this prayer. You know, they can I borrow that? They go to take shower, and then they're going to take shower for 30 minutes, and they take another 30 minutes to put makeup, to put a new hair, to put all those things, and then that's what, 1 hour, and then they take their bag, ready to go, and they put it like this, and they come to the door, they say, I had to pray. Father, I thank you. Thank you for today. I thank you for your grace. I thank you for my children. I thank you for my husband. No, keep them for me. Father, if I go to work, give me the grace. And then 3 minutes, they go. 3 minutes, 5 minutes. It took you 1 hour to take care of yourself. And the one that's supposed to give you the instruction, you get in 3 minutes. And you tell me that you don't know why your life is not working. Just that's the picture. Go and look at the picture. That's the reason why it's not working. You're giving time to something that will not do anything to you. You can put this makeup. Somebody can say, oh, you look beautiful. Oh, I like your hair. They can say that. But when trouble comes, this makeup, this hair, all those things will fall apart. They cannot keep you. They cannot do any good. The one that can keep you, you didn't get the instruction from him. And you're wondering why it's not working. You're wondering why at your job place everybody is against you. Because you're not prayerful. You're not doing the right thing. You're not hearing God about your life. You're hearing your makeup, your yellow one, your red one, your long hair, all these things. Today, I don't know what we're expecting. I don't know what you're expecting. Read Psalms. You want me to put it back down? Then we think that I change your head. No. Devil is a liar. I got the Holy Spirit inside. I cannot get that spirit. And that spirit, they cannot share seat. It's important. When you read Psalms, you read David. David was always about the word of God. Always. Teach me your words. Teach me your way. Teach me your word. He said, without your word, I'm nothing. I am lost. Your word is the lamp at my feet. But we forget about the Bible. Many people read the Bible once a week. Amen. So it shouldn't be anything that's supposed to stop me. I'm not saying that this will not come. But you have to work so hard to remove it that it doesn't stop you to get to what you need to get, because what hearing God is the most powerful blessing. Let me tell you. People say, oh, I have a new car, God bless me. I have a new job, God bless me. It's a lie. Getting a new car is not a blessing. Getting a new job is not a blessing. It's the manifestation of the blessing.
Wow.
Without, you see, when people say, oh, you are blessed, you haven't used shoes. That's not true. Take everything away from me. Leave me naked. I'm blessed. I'm blessed naked without house, without car. It's because I'm blessed that I can get a car, I can get a job. The car, the house, the clothes, everything, they are the manifestation of the blessing that is upon my life. They are not the blessing. I am the blessing. I have the blessing upon me. But now, the most powerful blessing is to be able to hear God. You can have the car and lose the car. You can have the job and lose the job. But if you can hear what God says about the car, about the job, you can keep it. Are you here? So, what is important? It's not about having that thing. It's not about getting that thing. It's about to hear what God says about that before I can get there. Because if I can hear God before I get it, I can be able to keep it. And most of the time we run after them. And when we get them, they can't even keep it because we don't even know what God is saying about it. People run and say, oh, God want me to marry this woman. Or God want me to marry this man. After 2 years, say, I'm not sure you heard God. This man is a devil. This man is this man. You said in the beginning that God said. So what wrong now? Because you never heard God. You never heard God. You are hearing yourself. And you're happy. Honey, my boo, my bar, my this, you these things.
My babe.
My babe, my bobo, yeah, all those things. And then my babe now become a devil. And now you try to run away from it. And looking for God. Say, I don't know how I get here. You knew how you get there. You couldn't pray to hear God. I have people. You see, it's important. If there's anything you should seek for, is hearing God. He knows everything. He knows how everything works. He can talk to you about every single thing. That's what you're supposed to be looking for. That's what you're supposed to be looking for. I get here because I heard God. And I'm keep on growing because I'm hearing God. Because I learned these things. I can come here and tell you I hear God. And that's true. I prayed with this man. Now Saturday we were praying about something. And then I said something that we were praying about. And we pray. And I said, hey, we have to pray about this again because this have not left. The Spirit told me this thing here. We have to pray about it. And we pray about it again. After that I say, it's done. And we've seen the results. It's not complicated. You have to understand God. God is not a man. Men will do things to make your way difficult. So they can make you feel incapable of doing it. God doesn't do that. God doesn't complicate his things for us so we can solve. That's not his nature.
That's right.
He doesn't. Everything God does is simple. We are the one that make what is simple to be difficult or to be complicated so it can look like spiritual. Because we believe that if it's spiritual, it's supposed to be complicated. But I learned that the spiritual things are more easiest than the physical things. But because we have lived in a culture so perverted, so much, that when we come to spiritual, we want to transfer the same physical perversion into the spiritual. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Jesus said, what I did, you can do. If that's difficult, he won't say it. He said, even greater you will do than me. Do you believe that? How can that be that difficult? And that man can say that. He was not saying that for pastors, for prophets, what is it? He said, whosoever believe in me, whosoever. So it doesn't matter if you come from the bad neighborhood, if you come from single mother or single father, if you're family or poor, if you come from Africa, it has nothing to do with that. He said, whosoever, whatever you're coming from, if you can believe in me, you can do it. Because it's simple.
Yes.
Very important. So, I talk about these things. Do you believe that God can speak to you through the word?
Yes.
And how many of you believe that God can speak to you through the word? You believe it? Okay. So why you don't read the word? So why you don't read the word? Tell me. You say God lazy. Okay. If you're lazy, you know what that means? You don't love yourself. Whosoever is lazy to hear God doesn't love himself. Because you say you need him to get the instruction for your life to be better. And you're lazy to hear him, so you're telling yourself, I don't love myself and I can become a failure. My life can be destroyed. I don't care. That's what you say. That's what you say simply. Because you know that I can hear God through this and I need to hear him because I need instruction, but I won't do that anyway. So where you going? Where you going to end up? In destruction. You're going to end up being a failure. You're going to end up being frustrated, depressed, stressed out. And then when you get to that level, because we are who we are, we begin to blame the others, people. Mm-hmm. We begin to blame other people so we can feel good and not taking responsibility. Nobody is responsible for your life. You are responsible for your life. Even God is not responsible for your life. For he gave you everything that you need in order for your life to be fulfilled. He gave you his word so you can hear him. So you need to want doing it. People say, I don't know, God has a plan for me, but I'm not seeing that happen. What do you mean by you don't see that happen? Are you doing what you're supposed to do for that to happen? People don't pray. People pray this prayer. You know, they can I borrow that? They go to take shower, and then they're going to take shower for 30 minutes, and they take another 30 minutes to put makeup, to put a new hair, to put all those things, and then that's what, 1 hour, and then they take their bag, ready to go, and they put it like this, and they come to the door, and say, I had to pray. Father, I thank you. Thank you for today. I thank you for your grace. I thank you for my children. I thank you for my husband. No, keep them for me. Father, if I go to work, give me the grace. And then 3 minutes, they go. 3 minutes, 5 minutes. It took you 1 hour to take care of yourself. And the one that's supposed to give you the instruction, you get in 3 minutes. And you tell me that you don't know why your life is not working. Just that's the picture. Go and look at the picture. That's this one is not working. You're giving time to something that will not do anything to you. You can put this makeup. Somebody can say, oh, you look beautiful. Oh, I like your hair. They can say that. But when trouble comes, this makeup, this hair, all those things will fall apart. They cannot keep you. They cannot do any good. The one that can keep you, you didn't get the instruction from you. And you're wondering why it's not working. You're wondering why at your job place everybody is against you. Because you're not prayerful. You're not doing the right thing. You're not hearing God about your life. You're hearing your makeup, your yellow one, your red one, your long hair, all these things. Today, I don't know what we're expecting. I don't know what you're expecting. Read Psalms. You want me to put it back down? Then we think that I change your head. No. The devil is a liar. I got the Holy Spirit inside. I cannot get that spirit. And that spirit, they cannot share seat. It's important. When you read Psalms, you read David. David was always about the word of God. Right. Always. Teach me your words. Teach me your way. Teach me your word. Teach me your. He said, without your word, I'm nothing. I am lost. Your word is the lamp at my feet. Your word is this. Because he knew that if he can keep on hearing God, he will make it. But we forget about the Bible. Many people read the Bible once a week, just on Sunday. After Sunday, they are on their own. And they wonder why my life is going this way. Because you're not hearing what God is saying. You're not hearing what God is saying. I was sleeping about 3 weeks ago when I was doing the fasting. I prayed and then I went to sleep around 4 o'clock. I was sleeping. Holy Spirit woke me up to pray. And I woke up and prayed. And I slept again. Within 10 minutes, woke me up again. And I prayed. And the third time I wake up, and he said, look at that. And when I lifted my head, I saw a demon was living. He said, he was trying to touch you when you were on the bed. I wake you up to pray. And he said, that's what prayer does. It blocks. And they wonder why my life is going this way. Because you're not hearing what God is saying. You're not hearing what God is saying. I was sleeping about 3 weeks ago when I was doing the fasting. I prayed and then I went to sleep around 4 o'clock. I was sleeping. Holy Spirit woke me up to pray. And I woke up and prayed. And I slept again. Within 10 minutes, woke me up again. And I prayed. And the third time I wake up, and he said, look at that. And when I lifted my head, I saw a demon was living. He said, he was trying to touch you when you were on the bed. I wake you up to pray. And he said, that's what prayer does. It blocks them not to come close. The devil couldn't succeed. He did that to teach me. How I know? Because while I study the word, I am tuned to the voice that I could hear him. Are you hearing God? You don't get a job because it's a good pay, good benefit. No. You don't get connected to a man because he's light skinny, he got a job in the Bank of America, and he got a good car. No, you don't do that. It's not about how pretty it looks like.
My daughter said, watch it.
Okay, watch it. She knows what I'm talking about. She knows what I'm talking about. It's important. God speaks. Guys. So, and I speak, I'm going through this again so it can just sink into it. And I say if God speaks through his word, you have to learn that God has spoken already. He is not only God who speaks. His God has spoken already. He is God who is speaking now. He is God who is going to speak. Now you have to develop your own ability to travel to the past to hear God about what he said already. Do you understand that? Mm-hmm. There are things that God has spoken already about. He won't speak about them again. You have to now be able to travel to the past to see what he has said. Are you here? Mm-hmm. And I gave you a scripture last time. Can you go to Habakkuk? That was what? Chapter 2 or? Okay, you know it. You know it. Anyway. Chapter 2. Go, read that for me. Verse what? Which verse is that?
I don't know.
You don't know, but you know it. Eh? Chapter 2? Verse what? Verse 2? Okay, can you read that please?
Then the Lord said to me, write the vision down, make it plain on tablets, that he may run who reads it. For the vision is yet for appointed time. But at the end it will speak, it will not lie. Though it tarries, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry.
You see that? God was speaking to the prophet. Now, he said, write it down. And then as you write it down, people will come after. And when they came after, there's something that I told you now will speak to them. Do you get that? It was a past things for the prophet. But for them, it will be a present one for them because what? what he spoke about will speak to them when they get to that situation. Amen. You are going through some financial trouble now that God has spoken about already. Do you have the ability to travel to the past to hear what God said? Hello? Do you get the point?
Yeah.
That's the reason why you need to read this Bible. You need to study it. For God spoke about many things already here. He won't speak again. When you pray and say, God speak to me, you waste your time because He has spoken about it already.
Right.
You have to pick up the word
Right.
and go back to what He said and to apply it to your present, because the word of God is the living word. It does not die. It does not get old. It's a present word every day. Solomon said, your mercy is what? Fresh. Every day. Your ability to go to God. God is speaking now. God is speaking now. Can you hear now? Can you hear now? Some of you don't read the Bible anymore. And God is saying, read the Bible. Now. Now you're going to wait for Him to talk to you again. When? God knew that He was already using my voice today to speak to you. What are you going to do now? Still waiting for Him to speak to you? God is not speaking to you to read the Bible because if you don't read it, it's a sin. It's not a sin not to read the Bible. Do you know that? It's not a sin not to read the Bible. If you are a Christian, you don't read the Bible, you are not sinning against God. Do you know that? No, seriously, who doesn't know that? Lift up your hand. We know against you. So I can explain it. Who think that not reading the Bible is a sin? Anyone? It's not a sin. It's not a sin not to read the Bible. But matter of fact, if you don't read the Bible, what are you going to do for God? My sister.
It's to help us. We need it because it's our lifeline.
So if you don't read it, it's not a sin. It's you who is losing.
That's right. Destruction.
God still God without you reading or with you reading it.
Yeah.
He's not bigger, he's not smaller. You read it, you don't read it, he's not big, he's not small. You're not doing anything. Without any word, can you see your Bible? Without speaking, He was already God.
That's good.
In the Bible, in the beginning, God, without saying any word, He was already God. So He spoke because of us, not because of Himself. He spoke because of us, and He's still speaking because of us. So whether you read it, you don't read it, it doesn't matter. But look at what happened when you really begin to get into the Word. Look at your own life. Look at how your mind gets stable when you begin to engage with the Word of God. How can you engage with the Word of God without reading? Many people, they have what I call, how can I call these things? Dogma. Many people they live in dogma. Dogma is a human interpretation of the Word of God. Human interpretation of the Word of God. They say, yeah, the Word of God said this somewhere, this thing. And what they say, it sounds like that's what God said, but that's not exactly what God said. People living on that because they have never taken time to go into the Word themselves to see what the Word said. So they always have some version of themselves thinking that that's what God said. And people live on that, it doesn't work. Whatever God didn't say, He won't work it out for you. So stop just thinking in your mind that God said. Make sure God said it. You may not repeat exactly what God said, but your mind, your thought of it will be exactly what is the thought of God. It works. You need to engage with the Word. So, God speaks, His voice also. Now, the other thing is that God does. He does things. He does things. He's doing things now. He does things, doing things now. My question is, can you read them? Can you see what God is doing? Well, how many of you here, you are sure that God does things? He does things? Okay. If he does things, he's doing things in your life. Do you know that? Can you see what God is doing in your own life? Eh? You seen it? You see what he's doing? If you tell me that you see what God is doing in your life, why are you worrying? How can I know that the Almighty God is doing a work in my life and I'm still afraid? Even though I saw his hand in my life, I'm still afraid. How can you explain that to me? You see the hands of God moving in your own life about stuff in your life. And this one, you're still afraid of it when you can see God moving. Hello? Are you getting the point? Mm-hmm. So if you tell me that God is moving, I see God doing that in my own life, and you're worrying about this, you just telling me, you're not sure. You don't even see what he's doing. If God is moving, I know he's present. The fact that he's present in my life is enough that he's going to solve the rest also. Yes. And I trust him. I think he is God. I'm not talking about men working in your life. I said God himself, he's working in your life and you can see it. The point is, can you see what God is doing? Can you see? Do you have the eyes to see? I'm not talking about looking at what God is doing. Most of us will look at things we don't see. You have eyes just to look. We don't have the spiritual eye to see. Can you see? Can you see? When you go to, I believe, Joshua go to Joshua, chapter 6, right? Let's look at it.
Pastor, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
This verse that you had at the Habakkuk 2, a friend of mine had me do a project, write down all what I wanted God to bless me with that year, and put it in this scripture, and don't touch it for a year. And when I went back the following year, God had blessed me with everything I put on that paper.
Wow. Wow.
So it goes back to what you say, we don't see.
Yes, we don't see. Go to Joshua chapter 2. Chapter 6, I'm sorry. Chapter 6, verse 2. Joshua chapter 6, verse 6. Verse 2, oh sorry. Chapter 6, verse 2. Yes. Let's look at it. Chapter 6, verse 2. You got it? Can you read that, please?
And Jehovah said unto Joshua, see, I have given into thy hand Jericho, and the king therefore, and the mighty men of valor.
Okay. Did you see? You read that? You get it? You read it? Joshua chapter 6. Joshua. Joshua chapter 6, verse 2. Yeah. Joshua. 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 I'm speaking too much African language, right? I can speak American language. American English. Can you read it? I want somebody else to read that for me. You have it? It's Andrea. Andrea.
And the Lord said unto Joshua, see, I have given into the hand of Jericho, and the king thereof, and the mighty men.
Okay. He said, Joshua, see, I have given you. He didn't say, I will give you. He said, I have given you Jericho, the mighty men and their kings. And when you read the rest, now he said, walk around. If you have given unto us, why will you have to walk around again? If you did give to us, why we should do anything again? But what he's telling you, he said, you need to perceive that in your spirit first in order to receive it. You need your spirit to see this. You need to see the end of this. Not with your physical eyes, but your spirit. And most of us, we don't see, we look. We look. You can see the work God is doing in your life even through your prayer. You can see how your prayer is moving can be a sign for you about what God is doing. You can look at what God is doing even through your finances. You can look at what God is doing even through your body. You can see because He's always doing work. God ever say, when you are born again, there's a word that began from your life that day. And you can see it. This man can tell you a little bit about me. The work that God is doing in my life. And I'm seeing it. I see it. I'm not saying that somebody telling me. I see the work. The point is, can you see? I don't worry. They know me at all. I don't worry about money. I don't worry about my health. I don't worry about anything. It doesn't mean I don't have a problem. It doesn't mean that things don't come against me. But because what God is doing in my life is sufficient for me to trust Him, knowing that even this will pass away. I'm seeing what He's doing. How many of you were here Friday? You are here Friday, right? You saw what happened, right? Who is here want me to impart her life? So what I'm doing, you can do. Are you willing to stay up night, sometimes to 3, 4 o'clock? Come. You saw the outpouring. You saw how many people lying up here and one impartation. How many of them stood up? Everybody was on the floor. Who told them to start worshiping God and praising God? Who told you guys? Nobody told you. The scream just started coming out of them. They were praising God. You were here too, right? You
received the impartation.
You received the impartation. And you gave praising God all these things here. Something like this one. Because God is working. And I know I'm seeing it. So they trust. I never call people like that and say impartation. I never did it. Before I could do it, I saw something that He's doing. So I had the confidence that if He's doing this one, I can now do this. Your assurance comes from the fact that you see Him do some work. And those work that He's doing give the assurance to proceed. But most of us don't see what God is doing. Because we are always focused on one thing. And one primary thing that everybody is focused on is money. Money. God, give me some money. God, the bank account. God, I'm working here. God, you say you're going to bless me. You say that you're going to give us the worth of the unjust. We are always talking about the materials. How can you see the spiritual when your eyes are on the material? Physical thing. I'm telling you, I don't know. I don't understand. Do you know who you are in Christ Jesus? In Christ Jesus, you become a master of the physical. But now we are alone the physical to be master of us. I don't understand. I don't. The microphone is not working. understand that? I don't know. Go to your Bible. Go to the book of Romans chapter 8. Romans chapter 8. Romans chapter 8. Read, I think, 79. Romans 8.
And if the children, then heirs, heirs of God, and joint heirs with Christ, if indeed we suffer with him, that we may also be glorified together.
Okay. He said what? Read that again, sister, please.
And if children, then heirs, heirs of God, and joint heirs with Christ.
Stop there. What that means, my sister?
It means that if we are his children, then that we are heirs of God. And that
What
makes
that,
us
the word,
joint heirs
yeah.
to whatever he possesses, that we also possess.
If what God possess, you possess them.
Yes.
How come now you running after these things that belong to him, that you got already? You are a possessor of those things. That's what the Bible says. Do you believe these things? Do you believe that it's true? The problem because we cannot see them spiritually. That's what Elijah said. He said, God, open my servant eyes so he can see how many are with us. He was afraid of the people coming against them. Why? Because he was looking at the physical. Elijah was just there doing his business. This man was panicking. What is it? He said, God, open his eyes so he can stop seeing, looking at the things physically. He can see spiritually. And the Bible said that God opened his eyes and he saw horses of angels surrounding them. Those horses didn't come by the time he spoke. They were there all the time. But this man could not see. That's what we do. We're doing that. We cannot see the true realities. And we are worried. And we run after things. And we cry. How can you possess, how can you be joint heir with Christ? He didn't say you are called heir. Join. You know what join means? If you will have joint account, my sister, it means what?
What's yours is mine, and what's mine is yours.
I love this sister. You talk right. That's why God had the boldness to say this to us. We don't have the boldness to accept it. Because we cannot see. Can you see what God is doing? Can you see? Can you see what God is doing? Hello? He is doing the work. See. Can you see what he's doing? Look at you guys here. Most of you go to different churches. Why are you here? Because God is doing something. Because God is doing something. Because God is doing something. God is doing something. Can you see? Because the reason why he brought you here is because of what he's doing in you. That work he's doing in you is the one calling you. I'm sorry, to come to places like this. If he's not doing any work in you, you will not be connected to an environment like this. There's a work he's doing in you, and that work is crying for more. So you need to come to an environment like this so this work can continue. Now, can you now go from here and say, God is working my life, and pursue it and continue to go after it? But we don't do because we think that this is just a moment. It's not just a moment. It's a work that God is doing, and that work needs more. So the cry is the one God breaking you here, so you can hear, you can see more, and have different understanding, and knowing that, hey, I'm working in your life. but we cannot see. We cannot see. Many of you here are called into deliverance, healing. Some of you don't know yet. Some of you know, but you are afraid, but you don't know how to do it. And God is connecting you to ministry like this because that's what is happening here. Now can you embrace it and know it's what He's doing in me that is bringing me to an environment like this so this can be developed, so you can pursue it? No. Because most of us are just looking for a miracle. Just want something just to happen. You want some breakthrough. And you think that's what God is doing. Breakthrough is not the work that God is doing. Breakthrough is available. You press on principles and they happen.
Wow.
Amen. Press on principles. Good one.
You press on principles, they happen. God is not doing any breakthrough. He's working on plan. God is not healing anyone anymore today. No. Healing is available already. We enforce the healing now. We enforce the healing into people's life. It takes place. We are enforcers of what God has already done. Amen? So it's important that you understand. So don't look for breakthrough, all these things. Look for the principles that produces breakthrough. You need to develop your ability to see. Everyone in Christ has the ability to see what God is doing. Have you developed yours? That's the point. In order to develop your ability to see God, you need to begin to practice the presence of God. Practicing the presence of God. Practice. You need to practice the presence of God. How you practice the presence of God? God is a spiritual being. So you cannot see Him physically. So you have to know that God is a spirit and He can be everywhere. And because He can be everywhere, what you need to do is that you need to choose an environment where you are not disturbed. Environment when there's no anything that can take your mind away. And now you close your eyes and you practice in you Him being there. As you do it, you will develop your ability inside to see. So as you do it now, and your eyes closed, and you practice Him and seeing Him and try to see Him, all these things, He will begin to show you things. And you can be there, and sometimes it will become like a movie to you. You say, oh, I just saw something. That's the way it goes. You begin to practice the presence of God. Amen. You practice it. You do that purposely. Don't guess. You can guess with God. You have to believe God. Don't try. Know and do it. We are doers of the things of God. When you become a believer, you're not supposed to guess anymore. Maybe you don't supposed to have maybe anymore. You have to know. Amen. Amen. He said, when I will pour my spirit upon flesh, they will see vision, right? Then He pour His spirit upon you, dwell in you. How you can see? How you can see? Somebody say how you see people's dreams. I said He showed them to me. He does. Because I developed my ability for him to show me things. It's not beautiful that you can see what God is doing. God can show you things about yourself, about people. I pray for people, and I saw things that I told them, it helped them out. It saved their lives. She said, watch out. We said, watch out. What you said before? He said, watch out. I said,
Watch out.
watch it. She knows what I'm talking about. It's possible to everyone. But you have to know that that's who your God is. That's what he does. He shows things. He said, I won't do anything unless I reveal it first. God is not respectable of men. He doesn't reveal to me because I'm Prophet Kuassi. No, he reveals to me because I am willing to see. And I develop myself to see. He can reveal to you too, to everybody. But we don't know our Father that way. We think that he is the God of the altar. So only the prophet, the bishop, the pastor, because they are on the altar, they are the one who can see. The veil will tear apart a long time.
That's good.
Right.
That's good.
Before it was just for the pastor, the bishop. But said the veil is tear apart. Everybody has access.
Amen. Amen.
Everybody has access. Can you see? You have to practice the presence of God. Also, in order for your practicing of the presence of God who works for you, you need to become a student of the word. You need. Because whatever God will reveal to you will be in alignment with his word. Oh, I saw that God showed me this man that could marry him. And then, I saw him. And then he was putting the ring on my finger, all these things. What's his name? His name is Stephen. Where is he? He's in Greer. And he's married to a woman. God revealed that to you. People say things like that. People say things like that. Oh, God revealed this man to me, and then this man is a Muslim. And then the Lord told me that he will save him. It's not true. He doesn't do that. He doesn't do that. He told you not to hook up yourself with what? Now he revealed Muslim to you. That you, Hijai, you go to marry Muslim.
You don't say it now.
He ain't going to say no, but he revealed to you. Because I saw that in vision.
He said he gonna save me. He gonna save Muslim.
But now he said before, don't hook yourself with these people. Now he came back to say, hook yourself with, I will save you. It's not contradiction of his word. So you have to understand that the same way that God can show you things, the same way the enemy also can show you things. He can show you things that will look like God. Have the appearance as God saying it. But it's not God. But so when you become student with this, you can know if it's God or not. Amen. It's very important. Just think one moment about you being able to hear God to see. Think about how your life is going to be.
That's good.
See what your life is going to be. Look at how you're going to live every day, how you're going to walk every day. Look at how much peace you're going to have. But because you lack these things, you you are afraid almost every day. Whatever happens, I will get your attention. You see, this book can tell you. Before we start seeing these miracles, I told them, God show me. He showed me things that I already see and I wrote them down. And sometimes I will come and tell them before they start happening. Before we moved to his room, God showed me. He spoke to me and I saw also in dreams. He spoke to me. He gave me some signs. That will be the confirmation. And I told him. We were in the old building. You know the old building. We were there. And then people were living ministry, these things. And then people were talking. Oh, they're going to close all this. And I came one day. God spoke to me after I fasted. And I said, trust me. The day we close this door, we'll have found another place. A bigger place. We will never close it. And I said that. It was exactly what we did. And before that, I had a dream. And one of our sister here, her mother, was in the ministry over there. She was sick, and then people were thinking that she would die. And I saw her in the dream. God spoke to me. And then God showed her to me in this man. And then we left. I left, and then I saw them, and we went to a new building. And then when we get there, she was healed. And I told this man, I said, I saw this dream. This man will not die because we have not left the new building yet. And I saw her in the new building. And we came here. As soon as we came here, she was healed. When we came here, we only had 2,000 as money. Our first rent was 17,000. 1,700. The first bill that came for electricity was 600. So the 2,000 was finished. The chair, we didn't have money to get the chairs. We did some stuff. This couple get the chairs, so we didn't have anything. But God said, you're going to get a new place. It was bigger than what we used to do. Here we are here. 2 years now, we have never missed one payment. No one. We never missed one payment. Because I had Lord. And now we are about to go to another building. That's what they said. Because we already saw that too. We saw that. You guys are who are here now. We saw you coming before you were here. Know your faces. Then we saw the line. We saw new people coming. You remember when we were over there? One day we were having a service. And then you came to me and say, the Lord said to that many people will come and ministers, pastor will come. You said that among you there are many ministers. Among you now. You are here. More coming. Because I developed myself to hear you. One of the things that you have to know is that you need to begin to adjust your prayer. Prayer is not about just talking to God. It's about talking to Him and hearing Him. You see, what is amazing is we take time to tell God about all that we're going through. But the funny thing is that He knew them before we start going through them. So if the men knew them already, why are we wasting too much time to tell Him all the details when He knew everything? We're supposed to hear Him more about what to do rather than telling Him everything that we think that He doesn't know. Your God, His name is the beginning and the end, the Alpha and the Omega. He said, I am God who already declared the end from the beginning. Before you begin to see anything, He already declared them to the end, and He brought the beginning back to the He brought the end back to the beginning and said, now you start it. It's new to you, it's not new to Him. He said, I declared the end from the beginning. How He knew the end? Because He made the end to the end already. And He brought that, He said, hey, now I want you to practice it.
He spoke at the end, brought you back, so you're going toward what He's speaking.
Your life is new to you. It's not new to Him. David said, all my days are numbers. He knew every day of each one of us to the end. Every single day, God knows everything that will happen from 1 a.m. to the end of the day. He knows. We are the one who don't know. Now we're taking time to explain to him what happened during the day. You see, so when you understand that, you begin to change your prayer. Think about Jesus. You think that all those times that Jesus prayed all the time, early in the morning, all night, all these things, you think that what he does just to talk to God, talk to God, talk to God? No. No. It's to listen to God. One of the things that's funny or sad is, when you study Jesus' life very well, he prayed more than he does ministry. He spent more time in prayer than the time that he spent with people. Look at him. The Bible said that usually he woke up early in the morning, before daybreak. So we're talking about 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And then before people wake up and go to the temple, it's going to be surely 9 o'clock. And then he will go and provide from 3 or 4 o'clock to 8 or 9. Then we go to the temple. He spent 2 hours speaking in the temple, healing people. And then we finish and he will say, let's go to the other side. Before they take the boat and be on the water, go to the other side, it will take maybe another 1 hour, 2 hours. And they get there, he speaks to the people for 2 hours, he say, let's go back. So you're going to see, and then sometime he will finish here and he say, go, I will pray. And he will go and pray again, and then we'll go. So you see that his time spent in prayer is more than his time spent with people. Right. Why? Because he knows that in order to be successful outside there, he needs more instruction here.
That's good.
If your time spent with God is a lot, you will solve more problem than you have. We spend more problem with we spend more time with the problem than with God, and we struggle. But Jesus spent more time with the solver than the problem, and he solved them. You see the problem? That's the problem. Let's say that where you are now, God said, in 5 years, you go to Europe and preach to these people. In 7 years, I will take you to California to have a crusade. If God spoke to you and you heard that clearly, and now where you are now, financially you're not doing good, trouble coming, will you be afraid? If sickness come now, and they say you're going to die, and you know that God said that to you, will you believe that you're going to die? No. Because he said to you, clearly you heard God. He said, in 5 years you're going to Europe, these things. You know that no matter what is happening now, nothing will stop, because what if God say it's going to be? So the reason why you begin to be afraid now is because you never heard about what he said about 5 years. So you think that your life is ending here and you're panicking. And you can die because when you begin to lose trust in God, you're going to succumb to whatever it is doing.
That's just like Peter. Peter starts sinking.
Right.
He was walking on the water, he was doing perfect, but then all of a sudden he starts sinking.
Do you understand what I'm talking about? It's very important. So hearing God is very important. Your hope comes from what God says.
That's good.
There's no hope without promise. When you can hear God, you have a strong hope. For what God said, He's always going to do it. So these days are more important than everything else. What did God say? It's enough. It's enough. It's enough. He said to them, let's go to the other side. And they were singing. He was sleeping. He knew what God said to him. So he was not afraid. God didn't say go to the water and die. He said let's go to the other side. He knew that it can be stone upon stone. It can stop it.
Right.
You remember Paul in the book of Acts. God appeared to him and said, you're going to testify before Caesar in Rome. And then they get into the boat. Everything was falling apart, all these things. And then the angel came to confirm again. He said, don't worry, you're going to get to Rome. And this man came. Everybody was afraid to die. And he said, don't worry, nobody will die. What do you mean by nobody will die? Because God told me that I'm going to get to Rome. That's it. How you know we're not going to die? There's no hope here. The boat is breaking apart. He said, we're not going to die. Yeah, because God said I will get to Rome. That's sufficient. He is able to use every means to get you to Rome. Because he said, God will never lie. Can you hear him? It's sufficient.
Just think about your life real quick. Is that you saw enough in me meeting you to know that you got a long ways to go with the suitcase and the different things. I was just thinking about it. God shows you enough, just enough, to keep moving.
Right.
But I think a lot of times we don't engage enough. Think about what you need to change now. Based on this, there's a lot. We need to take some radical changes just to get to hear God. So when you hear Him, then you can engage with Him.
In 2003 or 4 is in my book. I was praying unto God because but then I had an immigration issue. I applied for my green card and then they gave me some work permit and then later on they canceled the case. So I was praying unto God for intervention for my papers. And then God gave me Isaiah chapter 8, something like that. And then in that scripture, it says that Isaiah saw the king and then he screamed out, he said, oh, way unto me, 6, way unto me because I saw the king, all these things. And then the angel came and put something on his mouth and said, your lips are clean. And then he said, go to my work and then I will reward you. And then what I heard from that scripture was, do the work that I call you to do. Your reward is from me. And I said, I'm praying about immigration paper. You're talking about do your work. What does they have to do together? It has nothing to do together. So what he's telling me is that don't be concerned about this. Do my work. And then I came to South Carolina. God told me to come here. I didn't come here because I know anybody. I didn't even know South Carolina. I came here. You guys hear my story before. And I came to South Carolina. And then I was driving one day, my car. My driver license has expired. I was driving my car, and then the police stopped me. He said I crossed the line without making signal. And then they arrested me. And then I was there, he called another police, and then they came, they put a handkerchief on me, and then they took me to the police station. I went over there, they gave me the yellow suit or whatever it is, and then I changed and I put on. When I get to the cell, I knelt down and I prayed. I was there. And then about 2 hours, they called me, they said, I should go to that room over there and do fingerprint. So I went to the room. The woman took my finger, she put this one, put this one, put this one. She took this one. When she put this one, something popped out from the computer. And she said, you are a citizen, do you know that? And I said, yes. She said, what are you doing here? I said, I don't know. She said, go to the counter where they sign up and they let you go. I just went to the counter, they signed me up, and I went home. She saw in the computer that I became US American citizens when I didn't even have the green card yet. There was no paper for me to get even the green card to get a citizenship. And normally when you get a green card, it takes you 5 years to get citizenship. So I didn't even pass the 1 year yet. Didn't have the paper yet. But she saw in the computer that I was citizens. Where that came from?
Cool.
And I left. He told me, you doing the work, I take care of the rest. I heard that. The question is, can you hear him? Can you hear him? When you hear him, he settle the matter.
Yes.
Don't look for how he's going to do it.
So,
That's his business.
That's right.
Your business is not to figure out how. That's where we get lost. We question how he's going to do it. And when he's going to do it. Who he's going to use.
no, sir.
None of my friends has money.
No.
No connection. Who is going to use to pay this mortgage?
No.
And then you begin to question that. Your problem, if he's going to use dog, he's going to use dog.
No.
If he's going to use bird, he's going to use bird. Because he did it before. He used the bird to feed the prophet.
Yes, sir.
Then we don't. My people wake up. Wake up to God and forget about your religion. Forget about these pastors, these bishops who want to keep you just on the pillow. Forget about them. Seek God for yourself. Amen. Go after God for yourself. Don't wait on the sermon. Don't wait on Sunday. Go after God. You can be sitting in the pillow and be bigger, stronger than the pastor sitting in front. Amen. It's not about title. It's about how hard you want it. It's about how hungry you are. God does not work by title. He works by heart. The hungry heart will be fed. Don't be sitting down and say, my bishop didn't say that. Is your bishop God?
No, sir.
Get to the Bible yourself. You have access to the Bible today. You can buy as many as you want to read every version. Get it. And begin to flow. Flow in the power of God. Flow in what God called you to do. Don't wait for anyone to approval. You are already approved by God. The day you are born again, you are approved by God. Don't let anyone tell you that if you don't have approval, you can make it. Who are them? Who are we? Who are we? I don't need to approve what God called you to do. You just have to grow into it and do it.
Yes. Thank you, God.
Did you hear Paul? Did you hear Paul? He said, when I was touched in Tabasco, I went to Arabia.
Yes, sir.
I didn't go for approval of those who were there before me.
That's right.
I did not go for their approval. For Jesus touched me too. Jesus touched you, he touched me too. Why should I give you approval first? You can seek for my counsel. You can seek for my advice. But it is God who qualifies people.
Amen.
But the point is, how much hungry are you? How much hungry are you? How much hungry are you? Is that available? If you know the power that is available to us, if you know the power available to Christians, if you know who we are as Christians, you'll be sitting down and suffering in your house. People suffering, people are frustrated, people are suffering. I saw Christians are miserable, and I say, how can you be born again? How can you have the Holy Spirit in you and be miserable like that? How can that be possible? The Bible says that greater is He. Greater is He that is in you. Greater is He that is in you. He's in you. He's not coming. He's not a promise. When you say Jesus is in you, and you are miserable with the greatest one in you, I don't understand. I don't get it. I try to get it. I try to understand why Christians can be miserable. I don't get it. The only thing I see is that you are ignorant. You are ignorant. You are ignorant of what you're supposed to know. And because you are, it's going to work against you. It's going to work against you. What I'm doing today is not because I'm a prophet, because I went after it. I went after it. I went after it. Before I couldn't fast for 3 days, for 1 week. But when I came to the point, I said, my life cannot be this. What God told me is bigger than this. And I get into the journey. I heard people used to say, I fasted for 40 days. And I said, how can you do that? How can you fast for 40 days? It's not the fasting that you guys do here. Americans, I don't know. I'm sorry, but Americans, you fast some way that I don't understand. People say I fast from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. You fast from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. What's the fasting? You slept all the time. You slept all the time. You ate your last meat at 7:30. You went to the bed by 9. You slept, you wake up by 7, and you said you fasted. Which one is that? I heard that when I came to this country. People say, I fasted from Facebook, I fasted from TV, I fasted from fridge. What type of fasting is that? And what you getting? Seriously, ever said that they are fasting that way? What they're getting? They are the same place. No moving. Stuck. Frustrated. Because what? Those things don't do anything. You need to fast, take it serious and fast. People talk about Daniel fast, all these things. Daniel fast is not a doctrine. Daniel fast is not a doctrine. It's not something that is across the board. No. Daniel was Daniel who did it. Are you Daniel? Are you Daniel? Why are you doing Daniel fasting? Did you know the condition of Daniel by that time? The reason why he did it, you know, the reason why he did it that way? It's not a doctrine. If Daniel did it, and somebody else did it, somebody else did it, it becomes a doctrine. The Bible says that what is witnessed by 2 or 3 is a truth. Only Daniel did that type of fasting. So it's not a doctrine. You want to fast. Fast. In the Bible, you can see some fasting that are common. They fast for 3 days without food, without drinking. You can see that many times. It's a doctrine. If you fast on Facebook, what's that? You're telling yourself, I don't want to go to Facebook anymore. You don't need to call that fasting. Just stop going to Facebook. You don't call that fasting. People want to do diet. They stop eating, they don't pray, they don't read, they say I'm fasting. No, you just want to lose weight. Say I want to lose weight. I'm fat. I've had too much this, I want to get it out. Don't call that fasting. You can do fasting without praying, without reading. It's a serious matter. And then when I understood that, I begin to engage. I did 40-day fasting. No, from morning to evening. From the day 1 to 40 days. Without food. Juice, water. 40 days. Now it become my custom. It become normal way for me. I fight because I saw results. You have to go, you have to engage. This is a serious matter. You can change your life, change your children's life with your spiritual level. You can change it. You get suffering. Someone went to school, they couldn't get a job. They couldn't get anything, position. How? Why? Because spirits are blocking you. And you think that somebody is against you. It's not about somebody, it's Satan. Through his agent. How to engage. People are sick. Some kind of sickness. The mother had it. The auntie had it. Your sister had it. You have it. And you take it's normal. My sister, it's no normal. They can have it. I won't have it. They can have it. Me, I won't have it. For in me, the Spirit of the living God is dwelling. You have to refuse it. Amen. So, I came back to this so you can take this serious. I'm telling you, if you can do these things, even your career will improve. There are things that at your job place, they didn't teach you that you can hear from the Holy Spirit how to do it. It will improve your career. I'm telling you, God is concerned about everything in our life. Your career, your marriage, your children, your money, your everything. He's talking. Amen. So I just want you to get this. See what God is doing. If you master these things, you will make more money. You will make more money. You pray for people, they get results. And then we give money to you. That's what I do. I pray for people. People get results. You give me money. What's wrong with that? You didn't know. I told you. Do this way. You didn't walk. You get money. Well, I got something in return. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Your life will become. You want to be a superstar? Master this. You'll be a superstar. People are rushing to you. What do you think about this? Can you pray for me? What did God say? It's not true. My sister, we're going to stop here. We're going to pray.